Hi, boys and girls. So last week in writing, we got to start talking about poetry just a little bit. We made our nice little noticings chart, and we got to write some poems where we used our five senses, right? And hopefully you noticed that a lot of poems do that. They really describe things, and using your senses is one way to describe things, and that's called using sensory language. And that's very common in poems. So this week we're going to focus on poems with our emotions, and that's a fancy word for like your feelings. Poems often will talk about your feelings and they will describe those. So we talked about describing your senses or describing things using your senses, and now we're going to describe our feelings because poems are very descriptive. So I wanted to start with happy, but actually while I was looking through my poetry books, I found more examples of sad poems. So we're going to start with a sad poem. I'm going to read you one, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to fill out our poetry planning sheet for today, and then tomorrow we will write the final version of it. And then after that, we'll do a happy poem, okay? So here we go. Let me read you kind of a funny one, okay? And this one is kind of a sad poem. It's about a kid, that's not very happy. So here we go. I should have stayed in bed today is the name of this poem. I should have stayed in bed today, in bed's where I belong. As soon as I got up today, things started going wrong. I got a splinter in my foot. My puppy made me fall. I squirted toothpaste in my ear. I crashed into the wall. I knocked my homework off the desk. It landed on my toes. I spilled a glass of chocolate milk. It's soaking through my clothes. I accidentally bit my tongue. That really made me moan. And it was far from funny when I banged my funny bone. I scraped my knees. I bumped my nose. I sat upon a pin. I leapt up with alacrity. Alacrity. This is a word I do not know. I will have to learn. And sharply barked my shin. I stuck a finger in my eye. The pain is quite severe. I'd better get right back to bed and stay there for a year. So he's having a very bad day. So his poem is about things that made him upset or angry, okay? So I have this little planning sheet here about feeling sad, right? The little guy's feeling sad. And so we are going to fill in some things that make us sad. And remember, poems are descriptive. So we are not just going to write one word here. I'm not just going to write like rain makes me sad. Okay, I want more descriptive words. So we just learned last week about using our five senses. So maybe we could think about that when describing things that make us sad. Okay, so let's see. Mrs. Kimmel is going to think about some of the things that make me the saddest. I am sad, and I could be funny too. Like, I'm sad sometimes when the dog doesn't pick my lap to sit on. I get jealous, so that's kind of jealous, but sad kind of fits in with that. So I think I'll put that. I'm feeling sad. The dog chose another lap to sit on. Yeah, I think I'm going to go kind of a silly route instead of super serious. That's just the mood I'm in right now. I mean, these things make me sad, but they're not like serious, like losing a friend or a loved one, right? I just don't feel like writing my poem like that, but you can do it however you would like. Something else that makes me sad. I get sad when there is no chocolate in the house. That makes me sad because I like to have chocolate for dessert. So I get sad when there's none. I get sad when there's no chocolate in the house and when the dog chose another lap to sit on. When else do I get sad? I get sad when Christmas is over because I want to do it all over again. So I get sad when Christmas is over. because I have to wait a whole year to do it again, and that's a long time. When else do I get sad? I get sad when the pool closes for the summer. Okay, so did I just write one word here? No, I wrote kind of sentences, kind of phrases. Phrases are part sentences, right? But they have multiple words in them. And it's a planning sheet, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to have capitals and periods right now because I'm just planning. I'm more worried about you getting good ideas down than having it perfect. So I wrote down things that made me sad, and some of them are kind of silly. These two are about kind of holidays and times of the year when things are over. That makes me sad. This one's when I don't have chocolate, or when the dog picks somebody else and I get kind of jealous. So you think of some of your own things. I know you'll come up with some funny things because you guys are clever. So try to come up with 4 good things that make you sad, upset, and write them in here, okay? And then tomorrow we are going to write it in our final book. And we actually are going to try to rhyme this one a little bit. We'll see how we can do, okay? So that's it.